If you're sitting at home waiting for Central Florida home prices to crash in 2026 like they did in 2008, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Before you commit to that idea, watch this. What's coming in next year is nothing like 2008. And if you plan to buy or sell in 2026, the playbook from 2024 will not work. I'm going to show you exactly what this means for your zip code because Central Florida is not one market anymore. It's a patchwork of micro markets that all behave on their own terms. I'm not here to pump sunshine up. I'm not here to scare you. My job is to strip out the noise so you can make decisions that actually make sense. Buyers hoping for an opening and homeowners planning to move both need to understand that 2026 is shaping up to be a very different environment. So let's get into the 4 trends that matter and expand what they mean on the ground. Trend 1, inventory in Florida is a 3-part story, and you need to know which story belongs in your zip code. New construction markets like Lake Nona, Davenport, St. Cloud, Wesley Chapel, and parts of Apopka are firing on all cylinders again. Builders are offering incentives, rate buydowns, and move-in ready homes so they can finish the fiscal year clean. In the 34771 zip code right now, it's not unusual to see builders quietly dropping prices $20,000 to $40,000 under the radar while stacking incentives on top. This is where the strongest deals of 2026 will show up. Only if you know what is normal and what is a real break in pricing. Established suburbs tell a completely different story. Take Winter Park, 32789, College Park, 32804, Heathrow, 32746, or Windermere, 34786. These are landlocked. You cannot create more lots there. Inventory is tight and will stay tight. Days on market might stretch a little bit, but you're not going to see wholesale price drops. These neighborhoods will behave more like a small town with their own gravity. Now, the condo market, this one is chaotic. Some buildings are getting crushed with insurance spikes and structural assessments. Others are frozen because owners cannot sell without taking a hit, so they don't list at all. Look at downtown Orlando condo buildings around Lake Eola. You tend to see newer construction, tighter inventory, and buyers who care more about lifestyle and walkability. Compare that to older condo buildings in some of our beach towns. Those older coastal buildings are fighting age, storm history, and the new safety rules. Insurance is expensive, assessments are unpredictable, and financing gets trickier. You see more listings piling up and buyers who back out once they understand the true cost of ownership. Same state, same product type on paper, but 2 very different realities. The bottom line is simple. No crash, no runaway boom, a split market. Deals in some zip codes and bidding wars in others. Guessing your way through this will get you burned because 2026 will reward people who understand local inventory instead of national headlines. Trend 2, insurance. This has been the #1 deal killer in Florida for the last 2 years. Everyone wants to know if costs will go up or down in 2026. The truth is messy. Short term, expect choppy conditions and some premium increases. Long term, we're finally seeing a correction driven by reforms, fewer fraudulent claims, and reinsurers slowly coming back into the market. Predictability is returning, but nobody should expect their premium to fall by half. Here's the part most people miss. Insurance is not just a monthly bill anymore. It is a pass-fail condition for the entire transaction. If the house does not meet underwriting standards, the deal dies. In 2025, 12 of my 33 transactions were delayed because the home needed a new roof. A few canceled. Most closed because I had roofers willing to install the new roof now and wait to get paid at closing. That alone saved the sellers thousands of dollars and a lot of time. And I've lived this myself. My own insurance had climbed to more than $8,000 a year. 2 things were killing me: an aging roof and outdated water supply pipes. I finally replaced the roof and updated the plumbing. As soon as those two issues were fixed, my premium dropped to under $3,000 a year. I should have done it sooner. That is how dramatic the difference can be when you actually fix the problems that insurers care about. So let's expand this part. What does this mean for buyers? It means you need to know the condition of the roof, electrical, plumbing, and HVAC before you get emotionally attached to the property. 4-point inspections matter. Wind mitigation reports matter. A bad report can kill the financing. Better to know on day one than 10 days before closing. What does this mean for sellers? Pre-listing inspections are not optional anymore. If you list a house with an 18-year-old roof, cloth wiring, or outdated panels, it'll sit. Sellers who solve the problems up front win. Sellers who ignore them lose time and money. This is the reality of insurance in 2026. It rewards the prepared and punishes the blind. Trend 3, migration. A lot of people still think Florida is a retirement state. That idea died years ago. The people moving here now are remote workers escaping high tax states, families in their 30s through 50s looking for space and sanity, and investors who actually understand cash flow. Here's the pattern I see every week. Calls from New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, and California. The price range is usually $400,000 to $700,000. These buyers come in with strong incomes and a clear reason to be here. They're intentional. They're not drifting. That alone reshapes the market fast. Local buyers behave differently. They're more price sensitive. They shop interest rates. They compare insurance quotes line by line. Both groups matter, but the inbound group is pushing certain zip codes higher while local buyers anchor the others. This is why 32765 levels out while pockets of 34747 and 34771 keep moving. Now, let's talk about interest rates because everyone wants to treat them like they're the master switch for the entire market. The truth is, interest rates will not matter in 2026, but not in the way most people think. Rates are not going back to 3%. That era is over. And the buyers who are moving here from the high tax states already know that. They are not waiting for mythical low rates. They're adjusting their budgets and moving forward because the financial math still works for them when they factor in taxes, cost of living, and long-term planning. But here's the bigger point. In 2026, interest rates are no longer the main driver. Inventory, insurance, and migration will matter more. Rates will influence monthly budgets, but they will not control market behavior the way they did in 2022 and 2023. Buyers who sit around waiting for perfect rates will get passed by buyers who understand that you can always refinance, but you cannot rewind prices once demand increases. In a market shaped by policy changes, insurance reforms, and demographic pressure, timing the rate is not the winning strategy anymore. Timing your move in relationship to your zip code is. Trend 4, the wild card, property taxes. There is real legislative push to eliminate property taxes on primary residence. This is not campaign talk anymore. It has real momentum, and if it moves forward, it will reshape demand across the entire state. If this gains traction, Florida becomes one of the strongest tax havens on the planet, and demand spikes. Values adjust quickly because buyers try to buy before the market reprices itself. Love it or hate it, the reaction to my video on this topic told me everything. It's the hottest conversation in Florida right now. Now let's talk about what to watch month by month in 2026. Pay attention to builder inventory releases. Pay attention to insurance filings. Watch the migration numbers. Look at foreclosure filings, not because they're exploding, but because they reveal stress points in specific neighborhoods. And watch any ballot movement on the property tax reforms. The market reacts to momentum long before anything becomes law. Most people will not track any of this. That's fine. Get with your favorite realtor, and hopefully that's me, and ask for these updates so you can make informed decisions instead of gambling on headlines. Good information is the only real advantage in a market like this. Here's the truth about 2026. It is not friendly to gamblers. It is not a buyer's market or a seller's market. It's a strategy market. The people who win next year are the ones who know which zip codes are softening, which ones are heating up, and which homes actually qualify for the insurance credits that matter. If you try to time the market, you lose to the person who came in with better data. If you want a hyper-local breakdown of your zip code, reach out. My number's on the screen. The people with a plan in 2026 are the ones who come out ahead. Let's build yours. This has been the Florida Real Estate Insider. I'm still Tom McNamara. See you in the next one.